The woman of your dreams is waiting for you, sister. To become the woman that you desire to be means being the best version of yourself, the type of woman you've always dreamed of, and not for anyone else either, or to impress a man, but for you, so that you can tap into your full potential and start feeling at ease in your life and start magnetizing what is really meant for you. And yes, we have the new year coming up, and this is the time that we're told to start manifesting and start setting goals, but there is no right time to start stepping into the woman that you desire to be. This woman can be accessed right now through you because she already exists. So really, we don't need to wait for the new year to manifest your dream woman. You can be her now. Harness her now, because your highest self doesn't wait for the perfect time or perfect conditions. We can take ownership and agency of what we want and how we desire to feel and show up as. So the time to start is right now, sister. My name is Jessica Angeleri. I'm the founder of Feminine Remembrance. I'm a sensual embodied teacher, sacred movement facilitator, and erotic educator. And for me, nothing gives me more pleasure than really guiding women who feel disconnected from their embodied selves and sensuality and guiding them back to reclaiming their pleasure, sensuality, and feminine intelligence. So I'm so happy that you are here. And today I'm going to share some habits or some ways that you can start doing to become the woman that you desire to be. And it starts now. So the first one is embodying your highest self. If you want to become the woman of your dreams, you have to start harnessing the qualities of this woman and then really embody her. So you can think of your highest self, the woman that you desire, all the qualities that make her this essence that you desire. How does she act? How does she feel? What does she believe? What are her values? How does she view herself and feel about herself? How does she dress? Who does she spend time with? What are the things that she enjoys to do? What really lights her up? These are some of the things that you can start asking yourself, and then tap into this woman and become her. Get real about what your heart desires and longs for, and then turn your energy towards that. There is no right time to do this, as I said. You don't need another thing to heal or another thing to get done. This woman can be accessed right now through you because she already exists. Of course, we can surround ourselves and immerse ourselves in beautiful, sensual practices that help us really anchor into this woman. But you can harness her now. It takes, yes, it takes a lot of devotion, trust, and surrender on your end. Because so often we get stuck in this place of the identity, the thoughts, the woman that we actually don't want to become. So why not step into the woman that you know you are for yourself, for this fabulous woman? Do her this favor and get out of the cycle that embodies this woman who's always in victimhood, who complains, who gets stuck in the negative thoughts and beliefs about herself, who gets stuck always in the anxiety. Or this woman who is constantly in this struggle, who has all these financial problems all the time. Or perhaps this woman who just continues to feel bad about herself, who doesn't feel beautiful, and then going down that path, thinking yourself into believing these thoughts or that you are not deserving. And then what happens here is we get stuck there in these limiting beliefs about ourselves. They are not your true self. And it can be subconscious. A lot of these qualities that I'm mentioning don't serve us, and we shift our world to fit our unconscious world, which is not aligned with our truth. So we start then attracting these things and situations or men or relationships that are not completely aligned and a vibrational match for us. You know, that feeling that just feels like, that feels at peace. So if you're always saying, I'm broke, or I'm not beautiful enough, I have to do so much work on myself before I can have that relationship, then your subconscious mind will always make sure that, yes, you are broke, or yes, that you're not feeling beautiful. And then we stay there in this way that's not serving us, and we stay there to fit into our subconscious mind, and then this becomes our reality. But let me tell you something, you get to decide how you choose to live and feel. You get to choose who you want to be, and it starts with your internal world. It goes beyond than just going out there and buying new clothes. This, yes, definitely can work, and it helps us to really lift our mood and lift the way that we feel about ourselves. But we have to really embody the feeling and energy. And that's why I love teaching sensuality and offering sensual practices, because the sensuality is what brings us closer to that woman that we desire to be. So let's say you are broke, okay, for example, and you might be going through something difficult. The question to ask yourself here is, how does this great, fabulous woman who's really relaxed, she's at peace with herself, she loves herself, she knows who she is, how does she deal with these things, these challenges? Because the truth is, the obstacles and the challenges will always be there. It's how you deal with them that shifts. So how is she, this wonderful, amazing woman, this queen that you are, how is she choosing to shift this challenge? How is she desiring to feel? And what is she going to do about it? You have to start getting into the habit of knowing that you are her. That's your divine self. And she's wanting to be seen by you. And to know that everything always works out for you, and that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and that your energy is infinite. And it takes time and devotion and practice to shift these old patterns, but it's not impossible. So I also want you to give yourself some compassion for wherever you are as well, because that's what your highest self asks from you. The next point is to start asking yourself, what is getting in the way of embodying my highest self? So after you know what you desire, what you want, the question is to ask, what is getting in my own way? You have to get out of your own way. Many of us, yes, have these negative core beliefs that keep us stuck. And most of us have these core beliefs created from childhood that can hold us back. And we have lots of them, but we can have, maybe one or two really big ones. And some of these big ones and common ones that I have seen amongst women that have come to work with me are, I'm not capable, or I'm not worthy of receiving, or I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm being too much, I'm scared to take up space or to be seen, I am not safe, or I'm unlovable. And so these beliefs that we have, these limited beliefs, they can keep us small, and they stop us from really stepping forward bravely with our hearts and from really owning our fabulous, wholesome selves. So if we don't consciously look into these things, they can continue living with us and guiding our life. Again, this is why sensuality is important, because it breaks these habitual patterns. So we have to challenge these things and really look into them and claim what is true and what is not. Remember, your highest essence is the essence and frequency of love. So is it love or is it fear that you are tuning into? We have to understand that we create our reality, and our core beliefs, our internal world, creates our external world. So often we have these inner core beliefs, which are not true. And they're created since childhood. They create this projection in order to keep us safe. And then what this does is it stops us from really stepping forth into going for what we really want. We stay small, we stay in the fear, and then we might create our reality or make these decisions based on this fear. So for example, you might have your heart set out on something and maybe it doesn't work out. And then you might feed into your ego. Okay, this is where you start to feed into and reinforce these ideas or these beliefs or this identity. I'm a failure. I'm unworthy. I'm unsafe, or I'm not good enough. See, it didn't work out. Must mean that I'm just not worthy of it. If you tell yourself, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I'm not beautiful constantly, you end up closing your heart, creating that barrier around your heart, the wall around your heart. Then it becomes this protective mechanism. And yes, that can serve us sometimes, and that has in the past, it's kept us safe, but it's only hurting us now. And it's stopping us, it's blocking us from this great inherent ability to be magnetic. Blocking yourself from really receiving. The feminine is about receiving. Imagine all these amazing, beautiful things that you can receive from your partner, from life, from Mother Earth. And then what you do here is you subconsciously create this reality. I'm not lovable because I'm not able to meet a man who can love me, or I'm not beautiful. And so it reinforces this belief that you're not deserving of love. So then you play out your own game, and then you might get stuck in that repeated cycle. So this is all about awareness, to see how we're playing this game and then getting out of your own way. We have to do that for ourselves. And knowing that you are so brave, you are so bold and courageous to do that. You have the tools inside of you if you do fall down. You have the power within you to pick yourself up again. And it can start with the feminine arts, the feminine tools, somatic practices and rituals that help you get out of your head and into your heart, into your womb, into your body, tapped into your sexual expression. You won't know how to get out of your own way until you look at your own patterns, catch yourself, and notice what it might be that is keeping you stuck, and taking accountability for this. And then replacing that with a beautiful, sensual offering to your heart, a sensual piece to your womb, to your body, to remind you that you are this gorgeous, sensual, beautiful, erotic woman. And this woman who offers her sacred, sensual touch and erotic movement to maybe that fear that is sitting there in the body, in the womb. When you do realize all of this, and you realize then how quickly these old beliefs start to dissolve, and you find that place inside of you that does feel good and sensual and orgasmic and peaceful, So these internal worlds, when you challenge them with your sensuality, can be the very essence to your power. And really, sister, it takes courage and awareness, and you have that in you. I promise you. Now, the third way to start really stepping into the woman that you desire to be is to focus on what you do want. I did sort of mention this before. Wherever your attention and energy goes is what flourishes. So rather than focusing on what's wrong all the time, as I mentioned, focus on what you do want. Focus on the person you are blossoming to be, bit by bit. And that's why gratitude is also so important, to notice what is alive and present in your current life. That's extremely helpful, especially when times do get challenging. I do have a gratitude journal. I'll drop the link below. You can check that out. We focus way too much of our energy on the things that are going wrong. And this really depletes our energy. It depletes our radiance. So if you want to meet the man of your dreams, then stop focusing on what's wrong with you, or the idea that you're going to be single and alone forever, or that there are no good men out there. Just stop focusing on the things that are not working out, sister. Sure, we can come to accept these things, but we don't need to focus on the pain all the time and all the things that are going wrong, and making all the past stories and mistakes and challenges part of your identity today. Maybe you feel anxious. Okay, that's okay. We're not undervaluing the anxiety. We're not bypassing any feelings. I'm all about really honoring the feelings and what arises and seeing the messages through them. But what if we stopped giving all of our thoughts, all of our attention? What if we stopped making our anxiety part of our identity? Stop. And in this way, we start to make space for our life force energy that can be used in places like things that make you feel good, on creating the life that you desire. So focus on what you do want. How do you want to feel? And start honoring this, as I said, with embodiment sensual practices. I will just keep saying that because sensuality is vital for us women. This is how we really step into this woman, how we manifest, how we become magnetic. The more we focus and dwell on a problem, the more it persists. Nothing will shift because we don't allow room for something to flow and move through us. That's the feminine aspect. And as I said, yes, I'm all about diving into the difficult things that have happened in the past, but we don't have to dwell on them. So what if we just saw it for what it is with no judgment, and we can offer those feelings, those thoughts with fresh new energy, with our love, our attention, with compassion. And we can do that through pleasure practices. And this goes beyond saying affirmations. This is the juicy embodiment part. So focus on what you do want to feel and how you desire to feel. Let's envision this woman. How does she handle these beliefs about herself? Because maybe they won't go away, and that's okay. But she handles them differently. How does she move through these things and start stepping into these challenges with integrity? The next way that you can start stepping into the woman that you desire to be is to honor your body as the greatest temple of your highest self. Now, if you know me, I always speak about the feminine and the body and the erotic and the sensuality. I know most women desire to feel good. They desire to look good and have this radiant glow. And it has to start here in the body, treating your body as the greatest temple, your greatest love affair you'll ever have with life. So feed her, with nourishing food. Dress her in a way that allows you to feel comfortable and that feels like you. And that makes you feel good, makes you feel beautiful. Give her love and attention. And you can do that through breath. You can do that through beautiful sensual movement, through somatic touch. Your body was given to you by your highest essence, this woman that is you. So how would she take care of it? How does she desire you to take care of your body, of the body that she chose, with this beautiful voice of hers, with the way that she moves, her unique expression? So show her that you are taking care of her and that she's worthy, that you are worthy. Show her that you really consider her sexual expression as sacred. So make space to know what that means through your body. Your feminine needs dedication, commitment, devotion to show up so she feels safe to be seen and to flourish. We cannot speak about the feminine without this piece of the masculine. Yes, we can be in this flow and this softness, but we really require this structure, this loyalty to her, this responsibility, and giving her this safe container for her to thrive. So your masculine is the support, the structure, the devotion to her, for her to feel then amazing to come out on the stage and just be her, be herself, be this expression of love. So yes, it takes consistency and devotion to show up to her, for her every day. This is how your inner feminine feels at peace, because she knows that you are taking care of her. You are providing her the life and the stage for her to melt back and be her and feel beautiful. So there is this masculine and feminine dance that happens here. So take care of yourself, and this includes your values and your standards. Know what you really need on your heart level. What are you unavailable for? What are you saying? Yes, that feels good. And make that commitment to stay true to these. It takes practice, yes. So if you desire a man who is going to respect you and honor you and love you and cherish you and see you and treat you so well, then why would you not do all of that for yourself? So the action piece here is so important. This is why devotion and structure is so important. So you can remember her, this woman that is already you. She's already the soul that you are. And this leads me to the last point. What can you do to start being her, to become her? Start connecting with the seat of your feminine. Start, I'm going to say it again, using sensuality as the way to connect with your feminine. When you connect with your sensuality, that goes beyond the ideas of this modern world and what it's taught us about sensuality, that it's something that we need to feel ashamed about or that it's some taboo. Sensuality is really this channel that breathes beauty into life. So when you do bring that into your life, you feel differently. You start to become that woman that you love. When we don't connect to this part of us, we are left feeling disconnected from our pleasure, from our power, from our capacity to claim our bodies and our sexuality as our own. But I believe that by nurturing the life-giving qualities of sensuality that we hold, when we love and nourish and enrich our being with our sensory nature, we become a potent force for love, for sensitivity, for empathy, for empowerment and deep embodied wisdom that will radiate beyond ourselves to really shape the world at large, this is where the manifestation really occurs. So when you tap into your feminine, the seat of your feminine through your sensuality, you awaken and you revitalize this greatest queen, this essence within you and in the world. And in this way, you begin to hear her callings and her wisdom even louder. We allow then her to lead us. And I'm not referring to the woman, this feminine that is considered weak or that is idolized in this new age, this divine feminine narrative. I'm talking about the raw, fierce love that resides in every woman, a force that really brings through our love, and it's powerful. And this is the transformation that is really brought forth within us through our sensuality. And here is where we tap into our power and we remember who we truly are and not what society tells us to be. So when you take the time to connect with your senses and the sensations in your body, you receive the messages from your feminine essence, and she will tell you what she needs from you. And then you start to make those bold decisions and bold moves in the world to continue shining your biggest, grandest, most loving, beautiful self. And this is exactly what happens in Feminine Remembrance Come Home to Yourself, my 10-week group program, which is all about igniting your greatest self, remembering your greatest self by coming home to you through your feminine. And we do that through beautiful, sensual, somatic, embodiment, erotic practices, where we also ignite our sacred sexuality to bring forth this beautiful woman that we desire to be in this world. And this just has such ripple effects to the things and people and situations in our life as well. So, sister, who do you desire to be? And let's not wait for the new year to make her happen. She exists within you because she is you. I hope these different ways helped and gave you some insight in really becoming the woman that we were all chosen to be here for. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. And if you haven't already signed up for my free series, a 7-day series, Erotic Feminine Embodiment, make sure you sign up for that. I'll drop the link below and I will see you next week. Thank you so much, my gorgeous sister. My name is Jessica Angelari, and all my love, passion, and pleasure to you. Bye.